The acronym helps to explain the basics. MOOCs are massive. They have large enrollments, and they're open with no admission standards or no prerequisites. And they're online courses, therefore MOOC, massive, open, online courses. Enrollments are regularly 20,000 students for a single course and have exceeded 50,000 or even 100,000 students for some courses. MOOCs are also, for the moment, typically free. Students pay no fees to register or participate in the course, though they may pay for a verified certificate. MOOCs currently do not offer official college credit, and just because you have completed a MOOC on artificial intelligence or entrepreneurship or some other topic taught by a professor, say from Harvard University or MIT or Stanford University, does not allow you to take your certificate of completion to those institutions for course credit. This is really two questions, and the first one is, how long has distant learning been around? And the second question is, how long have MOOCs been around in their current form? The origin of distant learning dates back to the late 1890s when correspondence courses were first offered in a meaningful way. The various forms it has taken over the past 120 years range from correspondence courses to broadcast courses, movies to produce training for the military, computer-based training, using disks to eventually create availability of the courses on the internet, which has only recently been delivered to us at the MOOC doorstep. The term MOOC was first coined in 2008 by Dave Cromer and Brian Alexander in reference to a course being delivered by George Siemens and Stephen Downes. And apart from a few emerging efforts, MOOCs did not take their current form until really 2011, with 3 courses offered by Stanford University. The New York Times in 2012 declared it to be the year of the MOOC. This was the year when online learning organizations like Coursera and edX began to partner with the higher education institutions, and the MOOC idea really started to take off. Now, as I've said, a MOOC is a course that's offered via an online learning platform. And although MOOCs can take many forms, they all share a number of similar features. Most learning content is delivered via pre-recorded video lectures, and learners can log in and view these resources at any time. Assignments, assessments, and class discussions can also take place within the digital platform. MOOCs have significant advantages for learners, particularly in the corporate and lifelong learning context. The courses are frequently self-paced and are broken up into bite-sized learning modules, which allow for learners to engage with the resources on their own schedule and according to their own needs. Many learners prefer the MOOC format to traditional courses precisely because of this flexibility and customability. The answer to this question varies widely. For self-paced MOOCs, the instructor's role may be limited to content creation. And even in moderated MOOCs, rather than focusing on content delivery, which is done via pre-recorded video, instructors act more as facilitators and guides. The answer to this question depends on the type of MOOC you want to run. If you want to design your own program from the ground up and support it in-house, you probably need an LMS, and many commercial LMSs are available that are compatible with MOOCs. However, if you choose to use a course that already is available through some third-party organization, you most likely will not need anything special in the way of software. Both MOOCs and instructor-led training courses offer a strong training environment with that in-person look and feel of the instructor training and the ability to ask questions and dialogue with trainers. Thus, both types of courses are highly engaging for the learner. The similarities, though, are not surprising. It's the differences that are causing leading learning and development departments to devote time and energy to this MOOC-style implementations. And the advantages of MOOCs over instructor-led training are learners can access training whenever it's convenient for them. Learners can also view video lectures from an unlimited number of locations and devices and have access to a large number of relevant resources. Learners can also stop, start, and rewind lectures, as well as go back and review them to ensure total comprehension. Learners can also post comments and questions about the material and interact with fellow learners as well as the instructor. MOOCs allow training to be woven seamlessly into the workflow of the learner. MOOCs eliminate logistical expenses, scheduling issues around the instructor, the facilities, and the learners. And many companies are finding that MOOCs are much more affordable. MOOCs are geared towards offering training to a geographically dispersed set of learners, in groups or individually. In fact, there may be no direct interaction between the instructors and the students at all. For this reason, MOOCs need to be designed specifically to allow distant learners to progress through the courses on their own, at their own pace, with carefully planned content segments, interactivity, maybe including gamification, as well as community forums. The deployment of a MOOC provides a massive advantage for the learning framework for companies. A MOOC framework significantly raises the awareness and engagement of learners over the existing e-learning environments. The platform does not eliminate the role of the instructor-led training. Rather, it complements the live training on the high-value proposition offered by the expensive instructor-led training, allowing for a flipped classroom. And such a change in training can result in a reduction of actual instructor-led training, but it allows for a higher level of engagement for each learner. Is this really engaging? Can the learner follow along easily? Is it like watching a well-produced documentary or listening to a well-done lecture? How often do learners return to the lessons? MOOC quality in corporate environments can be assessed using simple rating questions such as, does the learner feel that the content is covered in the material? High engagement is one of the primary features of a MOOC, and this engagement with the instructor via video, with the multitude of additional resources, and with the online discussion forums for Q&A, can be used as a quality indicator. The standard for measuring learning is a pre-test and a post-test, and MOOCs tend to have a high degree of testing and structured assessments, which allow for learning and development teams to develop validated and measurable benchmarks for each training program. People are rethinking the entire educational process. MOOCs are opening up many alternatives to traditional classroom learning in the corporate environment, and these discussions are rapidly leading to adoption of MOOCs in the corporate environment.